Alright guys, so it's the last day of school today, so I'm gonna celebrate out with my friends. Today we're gonna go see the new movie, Booksmart, which I'm very excited about. So anyways, let's go in. Nothing but great reviews about this one, so I'm so excited. Let's go in.
I went pretty hard on the snacks, so you guys can. Comes with one of the newest phones included for just $35 a month.
Stream for less buffering and smoother streaming.
So yeah, I just saw Booksmart and I don't know how to feel about it. I'm a little mixed, at least for my taste. I don't know. Alright guys, so it was the last day of school, and I, of course, I kind of did the same thing that I did last year. Last year, on my last day of school, I went to go eat out with my friends, and then we went to go watch a movie. And then this year, we did the same exact thing. We went to go eat at the same place, and we went to the same movie. Of course, watching a different movie, but this time a movie I could review, because last year, the last day of summer, I rewatched Deadpool 2 with them. And of course, I couldn't really make a review on it because I already saw the movie by then. But this time, I saw two movies, of course, Booksmart and another movie that I'm gonna save for the next review. But anyways, yeah, let's talk about Booksmart. Let's get straight into the review. Of course, if you guys seen the trailer of this movie, you guys kind of know what it is. It's kind of like a coming-of-age, raunchy, R-rated high school teen comedy. Basically, the way to put it, or as many people are describing it, the female version of Superbad. And I kind of have a hard time seeing that. But anyways, this is a completely subjective opinion. So most likely my opinion will be kind of different from your opinion if you guys like this movie a lot more than I did. And you know what? I really loved the trailers to this movie. I was excited for this movie too, again, where it was the first movie that I wanted to watch over the summer. And I walked out of this movie rather disappointed. Now, I'm not saying that I hated this movie. No, not at all. Like, the movie is still good, but I just can't get behind why everyone is claiming this movie to be great, or there are people calling this movie a masterpiece, and I can't wrap my head around that. I really can't. I guess for me, the movie was overhyped, and the movie's kind of overrated after thinking about it. But don't get me wrong, I think that the movie, I really think that it's a really well-directed movie, and it's even more impressive when you take into consideration that the movie was directed by Olivia Wilde, which is actually her first time directing a theatrical film, and she really impressed when it came to her being in the director's chair, and I could really tell that she had a lot of passion thrown into while directing this movie. Now, she did a really good job directing this movie, outstanding job actually directing the movie. I'm not sure if she wrote this movie. I think she did, because if she did, then that's where she kind of stumbled across some problems. But as far as the directing goes, the directing here is really good. And the two female leads in this movie, they are great here too. I really like them a lot. I can't remember their names. I know one of them is actually Jonah Hill's sister. She was in the second Neighbors movie and in Lady Bird, another coming-of-age movie. And the other one I never heard of, but you know, I really like them a lot in this movie. They're a lot of fun. They're well-rounded and well-developed characters, and the bond that both these characters have between each other, it's honestly portrayed in such a good and honest way, and I really like seeing them on screen together. But honestly, for me, when it came to the problems I had with this movie, is that the movie kind of became a bit predictable. Like, there's a lot of things in the final act of this movie that I kind of already expected from the first 15 minutes of this movie. And honestly, it really feels like everything that is supposed to be relatable about this movie just kind of felt forced. Honestly, I just had a really hard time connecting to any of these characters. Like, they put you in this tough situation with the characters, and they kind of expect you to relate to it. And I don't know, maybe in the end, you are going to end up relating to it. But then there's going to be people like me where, you know, you're not going to relate to it just simply because you were never in that situation before. And I think that coming-of-age movies are basically, they're supposed to put you in a situation that you've probably already been in before and kind of like feel for the character. And don't get me wrong, there's scenes in this movie, one specific scene with a character in a pool, which I'm not going to give away anything about that scene, which I think is the best scene in the movie, where you kind of feel for that character. But overall, you know, talking about whether you're going to connect to the movie or not, it really kind of depends. So there are a lot of people who are going to connect to this movie, but then again, there's going to be people like me who's going to have a hard time connecting to any of the events or any of the characters in this movie. Like, I just had a really hard time trying to see who I could connect with in this movie. And for me, it just really didn't stick the landing. Like, at least for Lady Bird, I could say that there's something in that movie that everyone's pretty much going to connect with. So, you know, for Booksmart, the whole coming of age aspect will work for some people. But again, for people like me, it's not exactly going to hit. And I felt that most of the other supporting characters that are not the two main leads in the movie, they were very over the top and exaggerated in their attitudes or their personality. And like, the only characters that actually felt quite human were the two leads, because every other character in this movie just doesn't have that same natural or realistic characteristics that the main two characters have. And every other character in this movie is either over the top annoying or just, you know, just exaggerated in how rude or how dumb they could be. And it just didn't feel realistic enough. Again, and that really made it more difficult when I was trying to connect to any of the characters. So that's another problem that I kind of had with the movie. And there are some jokes, and okay, a lot of you guys are going to disagree with me here. There are some jokes and some humor in this movie that really work, but there's a handful of them that did not work at all. There's probably only 2 times where I actually laughed aloud in this movie, and the other times were just kind of chuckles or just soft laughs. And the best joke of this movie is actually a joke. I'm not going to give away the context of the joke, but it's actually a joke inside a car that has to do with Jason Sudeikis, and it was so far the best joke of the movie. Overall, Booksmart is still a very well-directed movie, although I kind of wish that it was better written, and I also wish that the movie felt more realistic than trying to be this over-the-top, raunchy, coming-of-age movie. Like, they tried too much to make this a raunchy, R-rated movie, and it just kind of took away from what this movie was trying to convey. You know, and there has to be something in this movie that I'm not seeing that everybody else is seeing, because again, a lot of people are absolutely loving this movie. But personally, for me, I still think it's a good movie, just that with those problems in the way, it just really kind of got in my way of my enjoyment for the movie. Now, I do hope to rewatch this movie, not in theaters, but here at home. I hope to rewatch this movie soon to see if I could change my opinion somehow. But as of now, this is what I thought about Booksmart overall. And with that being said, I would recommend Booksmart, but on a Redbox rental, or if you guys can find it on Netflix. I'm going to give Booksmart a B-. And you know what? You guys don't even have to listen to me. If you guys really want to go see this movie, go ahead and check it out and support it in theaters if you guys can. Because, you know, there might be a good chance that you guys are going to love this movie. And not just that, but if we support this movie, we're supporting original filmmaking. So it's actually pretty good seeing original content being released theatrically. So if you guys want more original things released theatrically, I guess go support Booksmart. So anyways, yeah, have you guys seen this movie? If you guys seen it, what did you guys think about it? As always, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.